The walls of Buckingham Palace have witnessed countless royal dramas, but none like this. In a moment that left the royal family reeling, Prince George, the young heir to the throne, allegedly confronted Queen Consort Camilla face to face. His words were sharp and direct. "I am warning you," he stated, in a rare display of defiance from the future king. As tensions simmer beneath the surface of the monarchy, this encounter sheds light on the intricate relationships within the House of Windsor, and the stakes have never been higher. The dynamics of the royal family and George's position in the palace, as the eldest son of Prince William and Catherine, occupy a unique and crucial role within the royal family. At 10 years old, he is already being prepared for the immense responsibilities that come with his future role as king. Although his childhood is carefully shielded from public scrutiny, his education in royal protocol and duties is quietly taking place behind the palace walls. This training not only prepares him for the crown but also influences his relationships with key family members, including his grandfather, King Charles III, and his adoptive grandmother, Queen Consort Camilla. From an early age, George has been immersed in the traditions and expectations of royal life. His parents strive to find a balance between normalcy and preparation, ensuring that George understands his unique place in the monarchy. Indeed, he is no stranger to formal events. Young George often appears alongside his siblings during public engagements. These moments, though polished and choreographed for the cameras, suggest a careful upbringing that emphasizes respect for royal traditions while fostering a sense of individuality. King Charles III is a central figure in George's life. Charles has shown an active interest in guiding George through the complexities of real duty. Both share moments of warmth, with Carlos allegedly delighting in and sharing his passion for history and the environment with his grandson. These interests have helped forge a home rooted in legacy and continuity. However, as Jorge ages, his awareness of the challenges Carlos has faced both as a father and as a monarch adds a layer of complexity to their relationship. Jorge is beginning to see his grandfather not just as a king, but as a man who has endured decades of scrutiny and family tension. The relationship between Jorge and Camilla, however, is markedly different. His queen consort, Camilla, has carved out her role in the royal family, but her presence has always been a delicate subject for Jorge. The shadow of his late grandmother, Princess Diana, looms large. Diana's legacy remains a significant part of the family narrative and is shaping Jorge's understanding of royal history and the dynamics within the home. Camilla's integration into the family, although largely accepted by the public, has inevitably created moments of tension, especially as Jorge becomes more aware of past controversies. Observers note that Jorge's interactions with Camilla are externally respectful but often carry a reserved formality. This distance reflects a deeper underlying current of discomfort, influenced by his growing awareness of the complexities surrounding his family's past. Although Camilla has tried to bridge this gap, her efforts are met with a mix of appreciation and silent skepticism from the young prince. Jorge's position in the palace is unique, not just because of his title, but also because of the changing dynamics around him. As he matures, he becomes increasingly aware of his role as a unifying figure in a family often characterized by its divisions. His relationships with Carlos and Camilla are shaped by personal affection, but also by the weight of expectation that accompanies his future as king. Every interaction, whether warm or tense, contributes to his understanding of leadership, responsibility, and the balance between duty and personal conviction. George's growing awareness of these dynamics sets the stage for moments of affirmation as he begins to navigate his role within the royal family. In the delicate context of respecting tradition and forging his own identity within the royal family, George's journey is a silent evolution marked both by the guidance of his family and the tacit pressures of his position. It is within this context that George's confrontation with Camilla gains its significance, a moment that reflects not only personal tension but also the broader change occurring within the monarchy. As George assumes his role, his actions are closely watched and already provide hints about the future direction of the royal family under his leadership. The roots of the tension between George and Camilla lie in a web of historical and familial complexities that continue to shape their relationship. For George, the legacy of his late grandmother casts a long shadow over the dynamics within the royal family. As he grows and gains a clearer understanding of his family's past, the narratives surrounding Diana's life and Camilla's role in royal history have undoubtedly influenced his perspective. Camilla's integration into the royal family was far from smooth. Initially, she was vilified by the media and the public for her role in the tumultuous marriage of Carlos and Diana. Her eventual acceptance was difficult, but over time, she has worked to establish herself as a stabilizing presence in the royal family, taking on causes related to domestic violence, literacy, and health. Her resilience and commitment have duty has earned them respect, although their position remains delicate, especially within the context of Diana's enduring legacy. For George, Camilla's presence represents a complex juxtaposition of past and present. Diana, though she passed away long before George was born, is a significant figure in his life. Her legacy is deeply rooted in the royal family's identity. Her humanitarian work and charisma continue to resonate both publicly and privately. Stories about Diana shared by Prince William and other family members have painted her as a loving mother and a figure of admiration. The evolution of relationships within the royal family has shaped George's perception of Diana as a vital part of his family history. As George matures, he has begun to understand the complex family dynamics, including the tension that once existed between Diana and Camilla. Although his parents have worked to foster an environment of unity and respect within the family, it is inevitable that George, as a curious and reflective young prince, will question the interactions that shaped his grandparents' relationship. This growing awareness has undoubtedly influenced his interactions with Camilla, creating an underlying current of discomfort despite the outward appearance of harmony. Camilla's role in the family has evolved over time and influences her relationship with George. As Queen Consort, she holds a prominent position that demands both public visibility and family diplomacy. Her efforts to build bridges within the family have included reaching out to George and his siblings to ensure they feel supported in their royal duties. However, these efforts are complicated by the persistent narrative surrounding Diana. For George, Camilla's position as Queen Consort may feel like a tacit challenge to Diana's legacy. Additionally, the generational gap between George and Camilla adds another layer of complexity. Jorge is growing up in an era of greater transparency and media scrutiny, which gives him a different perspective on the role of the monarchy in modern society. His understanding of leadership is shaped by his parents' emphasis on compassion and accessibility, which may contrast with the more traditional approach embodied by Camilla. This divergence in values could contribute to subtle friction between them as Jorge begins to assert his own identity within the royal family. However, the tension between Jorge and Camilla is not just personal, it is also emblematic of broader changes within the monarchy. Diana's legacy represents a turning point for the royal family, a moment when the institution was forced to confront its public image and adapt to social changes. The heritage is a source of pride but also a responsibility for Jorge. He strives to honor Diana's memory while navigating the complexities of royal life. Camilla, a figure who has faced her own share of challenges within the monarchy, understands the weight of these expectations, although she approaches them from a different perspective. This divergence of perspectives reached a critical point in the confrontation between Jorge and Camilla. In an instant, the unspoken tensions were laid bare. For Jorge, the moment was an opportunity to express his feelings, not just about Camilla, but also about the broader dynamics within the family. For Camilla, the confrontation would have been a reminder of the challenges she continues to face within the royal family, despite having worked tirelessly to demonstrate her dedication to her role. Moments like these underscore the persistent sensitivities that still surround her position. Other members of the royal family and their issues with Camilla have diminished in recent years, but her presence in the narrative remains significant. Monarchy has been a source of tension for several members of the family. These issues arise primarily from their complicated relationship with the late Princess Diana, as well as the challenges of integrating into one of the most scrutinized families in the world. The most well-known and significant tension with Camilla comes from Princess Diana herself. In her explosive 1995 interview with the BBC, Diana famously referred to Camilla as the third person in her marriage to Charles. She revealed the emotional cost of Charles's ongoing relationship with Camilla during their marriage. The betrayal she felt strained her relationship with Charles and also cast a long shadow over Camilla's integration into the royal family. This hostility deeply influenced how other family members perceived Camilla, especially in Prince William's relationship with her. In the early years of her marriage to his father, as the elder of Diana's two sons, he bore the brunt of witnessing the situation. In the early years, William was wary of Camilla. He struggled to reconcile his loyalty to his mother with his father's commitment to a woman he had resented for years. Reports suggest that William found it difficult to forgive Camilla for the pain her presence had caused Diana, despite Charles's insistence on Camilla's place in his life. However, over time, William adopted a pragmatic approach. He recognized his father's happiness and sought to foster a cordial, if not affectionate, relationship with the Queen Consort. His efforts to balance his family obligations with his personal feelings were evident in public moments. For example, Camilla's role in significant royal events, such as William's wedding to Catherine, was handled with careful diplomacy, reflecting a persistent sensitivity to her presence. Prince Harry is known for his candor.